Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite pirate crew. Today we are going to talk about Luffy showing Gear 5th to all Straw Hats. If you would like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew. Pirates, before we continue with the video, I ask that you already subscribe to our channel, that way you will join our pirate crew and earn a devil fruit or master your favorite haki. It would also help our crew a lot if you leave your thumbs up on today's video, so together we can become Yonkos. Now let's continue with today's video. Monkey D. Luffy's awakening with his new transformation was a complete shock to everyone. The boy's official return finally happened, but perhaps not in the way many expected. He made good on his promise that he would return, and indeed he did. Now, despite having received this title passed down from generation to generation, and which perhaps not even the captain of the Straw Hats himself knows, Luffy has become an indispensable figure for the new generation to be able to go on and change the world. Nowadays, few people know about this. It is possible that some more than others, since we do not have the information about which other pirates who have had contact with the truth of the world of One Piece, such as Shanks, really know what happened. Although, in the meantime, all indications are that they are quite aware of their roles as those who will keep the doors open to the new age of pirates and support the change that will occur. In fact, not even Luffy should know what he really is, let alone his own fellow Straw Hat pirates, who were not even present at that moment. How would they react to finding out the truth about Luffy? Would it affect their relationship? Could Gear 5 still be a danger to Luffy? Will he still awaken it? Gear 5 is a transformation created as a result of Luffy awakening the powers of his devil. It was first seen during Luffy's third battle with Kaido on the roof of the Skull Dome. Awakening of Gomu Gomu no Mi, also known as Hito Hito no Mi, model, Nika, grants the user's rubber body greater physical strength and freedom, limited only by his imagination. For this reason, the user is said to become the warrior of liberation, able to fight in any way he wishes and bring joy to the people around him, and the power is considered the most ridiculous in the world. One of the most notable features of the awakened form is the granting of cartoon-like effects, not only to the user, but also to people and objects close enough, including his opponents, an example being the effects of eyes popping out of the face, and cartoonish effects after a head injury. In this form, the user exhibits euphoria, joy, and confidence. State, Luffy's heartbeat takes on a musical rhythm that has been described by Zunsha as the drums of liberation. Hair and clothes turn white, his eyes glow with white rings, and white clouds float around his neck, similar to the clouds of steam that accompany Gear 4th. The amount of haki released in this way was enough that it could be felt on the floor of the live show at the Skull Dome, knocking down several beast pirates in the process. Luffy is able to use both Gear 3rd's bone inflation and Gear 4th's muscle inflation without the need to pump air into his body, something that was first used against Kaido. Able to increase his arm to an enormous size, able to grab Kaido's transformed body and drag him out of the Skull Dome. His enlarged limbs and muscles, Luffy was able to easily lift Kaido despite his enormous size, knocking him from side to side on the ground. Luffy's rubbery nature can be extended to his surrounding environment, as seen when Luffy stretched a portion of the roof and used it to repel Kaido's burrow breath back at him. Curiously, the altered ground, while elastic, was neither burned nor melted by the burrow breath, although the attack is extremely hot and has enough explosive power to destroy a castle and the top of a mountain. This, coupled with Luffy's own transformed state, was pointed out by Kaido as something unusual, as it features elements of Paramecia and Zoan's awakenings. Despite the strength of this form, it takes a lot of energy to maintain, to the point where the user visibly ages when untransformed. That said, the user is able to return to this form apparently by forcing his heart to beat to the rhythm of the drums of liberation. Some of the techniques revealed so far used by Luffy in this form are Gomu Gomu no Fusion, a variant of Luffy's standard technique, in which he expands his body and gains the ability to float, like a helium gas balloon. It was first used inside Kaido's body in his dragon form, after Luffy was devoured by him. Gomu Gomu no Dasutsu Rocket, a technique used by Luffy to escape from inside Kaido's body after he used Gomu Gomu no Fusion. Luffy stretches his arms across his opponent's eyes and grabs his nose to launch himself out. Gomu Gomu no Gigant, a technique where Luffy expands to the size of a true giant, as if activating Gear 3rd all over his body. The name of the technique follows the nomenclature of Gear 3rd, but with nothing after Gigant. Gomu Gomu no Nawatobi, Luffy, in his giant size, grabs Kaido in his dragon form and uses Kaido's serpentine body to jump rope. Gomu Gomu no Kaminari, Luffy gives a lightning bolt the properties of rubber to grab it, and then throws it at his opponent. It was first used against Kaido, who managed to dodge it, and finally, Gomu Gomu no Budgerang Gun, Gear 5's version of the Gomu Gomu no King Kong gun, in which Luffy inflates his fist to a size close to a Nagashima, infuses it with Buso's Hoku and Hao's Hoku Haki, and then punches his opponent by the emission of Haki, without direct contact. It was first used against Kaido, who countered the attack with his Shoryu, Kane Haka, resulting in a massive shock. Luffy was able to subdue Kaido's technique, defeating him in the process. Is an alternate name for the Hindu monkey god, Hanuman, a possible inspiration for the Monkey King. We know that the awakening of this form only happened because Luffy lost the fight against Kaido, having practically died, and then returned in this form. The question now is, can he use this form at any time, or will we have the classic, I don't remember the fight or I don't remember how to awaken this form so I can't use it? It is possible that this second classic will occur, since he woke up already in this form, and possibly feeling a huge euphoria. Some theorists say that he gets stronger during a fight if he is enjoying himself, but this may not be the case during a fight against someone he has a negative feeling against, such as hatred. This is reflected in the case of a fight against Akainu, for example, the person who killed his brother. For now, since we still don't know what the trigger for activating Gear 5 will be, let's assume a situation where he accidentally activates it. A training arc would not fit at this point. Now that we are heading towards the end of the story, we could say that Luffy could suddenly awaken this power in the middle of an important fight that was perhaps involving his companions, to which he would protect them from something and, because of this, awaken Gear 5. We know, everyone who has seen this form to date has been surprised not only by Luffy's visual change, but also by his unusual abilities. At first, let's assume that Oda uses the same comedy as in the fight chapters against Kaido here, and then we would have the Straw Hat Pirates' reaction with those huge eyes popping out of their faces and complete chaos. They probably wouldn't know what happened at first, but we would possibly have someone explaining the situation, and then later Luffy himself would find out the truth about it. He might not mind so much, because, hey, it's Luffy, but the others would be completely surprised and maybe even scared by. We would hardly have a fight between them about it. We can say that at this point, after so many situations, Luffy being Joy Boy may not really matter to them. Luffy is Luffy, their mate, captain, and the one who will be the king of the pirates. Nothing matters to them more than the well-being of their mate, and all would end well. But the fact is that maybe some, like Robin, would be completely curious as to how this could be possible and would come to study and think about it, but that would be all. This is how the Straw Hat Pirates are. After all, they accept everyone without discrimination or a second thought. Luffy accepted them and changed their lives. The same could happen but towards their captain now. And that would probably be their interaction regarding their form. Could this form bring risks to Luffy? Well, we still know very little about it, and details may be revealed more However, as we have well seen, Luffy has had no difficulties in his recovery after defeating Kaido, so untransforming himself will not cause anything. However, something may be going on inside him, like a bomb about to explode the more he uses this form, and we will only know in the future. Something like this might, or maybe the trigger for this form is being on the verge of death, so there would be such a risk involved as well. However, until we really know the truth, leave in the comments what you think about Gear 5. Do you think the Straw Hat Pirates' reaction will be this way? Or maybe something different could happen. My Straw Hat Pirate, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for a video don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all as I always do. Also don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew.